Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Good evening and welcome to a very cold Alco Park in Geelong for this Round 6 Australia Cup clash between the home side North Geelong Warriors and the visiting St Albans Saints. Good evening, and hopefully wherever you may be, it's a lot warmer than it is over here on pitch 2 at the Alco Park Sporting Complex in Lara, because it is very, very cold tonight. Apart from that, there's hardly a breath of wind in the air, and conditions are quite ideal for what should be a spectacular midweek cup clash between the two sister clubs. My name is Tonchi Prusak, and unless my teeth start chattering away, I will be with you over the next 90 minutes to deliver this kick-by-kick description of tonight's all-important clash between these two teams that have had a somewhat of a struggling NPL campaign this season so far. North Geelong Warriors will be wearing their traditional red top, white shorts and blue socks, and St Albans Dynamo in their changed away kit of light blue, or what would you call that? Sort of a blue top, black shorts and black socks. St Albans Saints are in fact the only team that the North Geelong Warriors have been able to defeat on their home turf this season. That happened 3 weeks ago in round 11 of the NPL Victoria campaign. But both these teams are coming off rather significant losses from the weekend. The North Geelong Warriors lost 2-1 to bottom side Bentley Greens and have as a result been condemned to the very bottom of the NPL Victoria standings with just 12 rounds to go. St Albans Saints, on the other hand, after two great results, they managed to lose 4-1 to their other sister club, Melbourne Knights, last Friday night at Knights Stadium. It was a ruthless performance by the Knights and really illustrated the problems that St Albans are having this year. 6 changes have been made by Tom Gavran, the North Geelong Warriors coach. Coming into the starting lineup are Ibi Mohammed, Marko Juric, Luka Jurkovic, Lachlan McGrath, Rocco Ramage, and the goalkeeper Seth Scooter. And we'll go through the team lineups very, very shortly as we are about to kick off here at Alco Park. All is in readiness. A decent-sized midweek crowd, despite the cold conditions. The only other thing that may have an effect or an impact on tonight's game is the state of the pitch. This is the training pitch, the training ground, and we'll explain shortly why the training ground is being used and not the main pitch very shortly as we are underway. And immediately Jurkovic goes forward looking for Salvatore, number 11. But the ball goes out of play. North Geelong Warriors will be kicking to the left of your screen here at Alco Park. St Albans Saints will be kicking to the right. And the reason we are on pitch 2 is because of the lux of the floodlights on pitch 2 and pitch 3 behind us. We've got brand new floodlights that were installed last year, and the lux reading is well over 200 on those. But if you look over to the main pitch to your far left, you'll notice how dim those floodlights are. The North Geelong senior women's team is training tonight over there, and it is very dull. As Barnovats now, the captain of the North Geelong Warriors, knocks it back to the reserve keeper, Seth Scooter. Knocks it out to his right. Looking for Lachlan McGrath. It's Jurkovic now. This is Nikola to Barnovats. As we said, 6 changes in the North Geelong lineup. Nikola Jurkovic is there, number 4, number 5, Anthony Barnovats. Marko Juric, number 18, the 16-year-old. Luka Jurkovic starting tonight. He's number 9. Lockie McGrath, who's already had a touch there, number 10. Nelson Salvatore, number 11. And Rocker Ramage, number 16. George Ellis, also number 35. And Matthew Storšić in the back line, who now has the ball, number 34. For St Albans Dynamo, they also are starting with their second keeper, Gabriel Matti, number 21. We've got Zach Thomas, number 2, Chris Dibb, 3. Number 4, Aaron P. Desano. Number 5, Sean Timmins. Number 6, Troy Ruthven. And number 7, Muad Zwed. George Ott is up, number 9. He's a striker. And it is going to be quite difficult to it's a teal, that's the colour that I was looking for. They do have sort of a blue teal colour. And with the black lettering or the numbering on their backs, it is a little bit hard to pick that up. Ivan Razumic, number 12, and Joseph Cholina, number 13, making up the starting 11. So it's a corner now for Dynamo. They're kicking to the northern end of Alco Park. And if the wind does pick up, there's not much here that is as it comes forward to the front post. Barnovats clears it away, and then he sprints to run to the ball and unable to do so. That would have been quite spectacular if he'd managed to receive his own ball on that occasion. But there is nothing really protecting one from the elements here. So if there's a bit of wind, it's certainly going to come across the pitch. And where we are located, would you believe, on the back of a Isuzu Ute, a sponsored vehicle. One of the club sponsors has provided a ute for us to be able to film this from an elevated position. And apart from that, it is absolutely fantastic conditions right at the moment, and nothing better than midweek cup football. Makes one think that we may actually be in Europe enjoying midweek action. And wherever you may be, we hope that you are enjoying the action. As on that occasion, it was Ibi Mohammed knocking the ball there. Barnovats now back, goes to Storšić. He gets Juric right in front of our commentary position now. Knocks it all the way back to Barnovats. The youngster Juric, we've seen him in previous Australia Cup action as well. He also made his debut, Senior League debut, against the Melbourne Knights at Knights Stadium about a month and a half ago. Storšić now goes inboard looking for Rocker Ramage, but the ball's gone a little bit too far. Chris Dibb now fighting hard for it. He's wearing the captain's armband for St Albans as Salvatore now has the ball. He goes in left and right and eventually knocks it back to Nikola Jurkovic. He's the number 4, Jurkovic. Number 9, Luka, the youngest of the Jurkovic clan. He's the main target man, although it looks like he and Salvatore are playing kind of an interchangeable role up front. So Gavran looks like Coach Gavran looks like he may be employing 2 strikers tonight. So it's a very attacking formation for the Warriors. As now Luka Jurkovic gets the ball. He's first shot at goal skews off the side of his foot. But that illustrates North Geelong's intention early on to start attacking the St Albans goal. We've only gone 5 minutes and North Geelong have done what they probably weren't able to do much in last Saturday's game, and that is start creating attacking chances. And if that is a sign of things to come, well, the local fans will be in for a treat. Barnavats now goes for a long ball looking for Salvatore. It's going on, and it's going to go a little bit too far. And that's the other factor as the night progresses. The dew on the pitch is going to really have an effect on the slipperiness of the ball, and long balls like that will start to skid a lot. So it will be interesting to see if North Geelong continues to employ those type of tactics. We have seen them doing that recently in the league games, but they have very fast wingers. Lockie McGrath on one side, Nelson Salvatore on the other. And then the man mountain, that is young Luka Jurkovic up front. Ibi Mohammed to Jurkovic. Jurkovic gets it to Salvatore, who gets inside the box. And it's Dib, clears it away just in time. Desperate dive there by the St Albans defender. So it's all pretty much been the home side in the opening stages of this game. We will also bring you progress scores from other games. There's a lot of games, almost a dozen games being played in Melbourne tonight. And he has Ramage now on the side, on the edge of the box. Claims for a handball by Nikola Jurkovic, waved away. Barnavats now knocks it back, almost lobs it back to Storšić, who now goes forward looking for Luka Jurkovic, but it's headed away by Chris Dib. He's going to have his hands full tonight, Chris Dib, with Luka Jurkovic. As the other Jurkovic now is almost in action. Nikola George Ellis knocking it forward. Only as far as Zach Thomas. He goes for a long ball now down the flank, but it's intercepted by Barnavats, who's been in the thick of the action so far tonight. Ellis now looking for McGrath down the outer flank. Knocks it back to an overlapping Ellis, who looked like he was going to embark on a marauding run there. Barnavats chips into Jurkovic. Knocks it to Rocker Ramage, putting him under pressure. And here comes a shot there from St Albans. And it's Ivan Razumic involved in that. I think that was Joseph Cholino, was in fact, who pulled the trigger, but his effort was blocked by one of the North Geelong Warriors defenders, Alice, to McGrath. Expect that combination to be playing out quite often tonight. McGrath tried to knock it forward for Rocker Ramage, who has got definitely one of the most marketable names in the NPL Victoria competition, that's for sure. The commentator's delight, Rocker Ramage. And it's never that you actually hear him called by just his surname. It's usually Rocker Ramage. Anyway, back to the action here on the pitch. Peter Sano for one of his first touches tonight. He goes inboard looking for Cholina. Out wide to Razumic, who knocks it towards the back post. Rising high was George Ellis clearing it. Ruthven now finds himself with a little bit of space. His shot's blocked by Ramage. Sorry, it's Ruthven now who has the ball. That was Timmins has the ball now. Cut back in, and here's an opportunity for St Albans, and it's just sprayed wide, and it's still going to stay in play. Peter Sano runs in there as the Salvatore. Mohammed tries to clear it away. Juric is there with Peter Sano. He's got 3 North players. It's Razumic now. He switches play, but George Ellis now gets on there, and he saw Gabriel Matty, the St Albans keeper, off his line. And it was almost a half-hearted attempt at chipping him, but Dib now goes long, intercepted by Storšić, sorry. And he's going to get a free kick for his troubles there. We've gone 10 minutes now into the first half. And is back with Scooter, the young keeper who last year had a bit of a stint at State League 1 side Corio. And he's back this, and there's calls for free kick. Luka Jurkovic upended there. Nikola Jurkovic gets it now. He goes to Juric. And the ball comes off a St Albans player, and it is going to be a throw-in. We've got a couple of progress scores early in the piece. And the goal has already been scored at Kingston Heath Complex in Melbourne, where the Melbourne Knights, after 13 minutes, are leading the Bentley Greens 1-0. There's a cross now, and there's calls for a free kick just outside the box, and the referee agrees with that, and it will be a free kick now to the North Geelong Warriors. I think it was Lachlan McGrath that was upended just outside the penalty box. And it's going to be a dangerous situation, this, for the visitors. Nelson Salvatore standing over the ball. A lot of tall men. The Jurkovic brothers, Barnavats, Alice, they're all huddled around the goal mouth. We've got Rocker Ramage, Ibi Muhammad on the edge. Lockie McGrath lurking likewise. Which way is he going to go, Salvatore? He goes to the near post, headed away by Dinamore defender. Ramage now has the ball. He's once again, Ramage fighting for it. He's dispossessed on that occasion. But here comes St Albans. Cleared away by Juric. Cleared away by Storšić. But here's an opportunity now for the visitors. Ott now has the ball on the edge of the box. He turns. Gone past one play. Gone past two players. There's no options there. Knocks it forward, but it goes too far. And it will be a throw. Be a goal kick. Let's get that right on the third attempt. Goal kick to the Warriors. If we have a look at the cup run of both these teams, interestingly, North Geelong Warriors have played 2 games, both at home, and have won both those games. Against Altona City in round 4, a 2-0 win there. And then against Chisholm United, that was a tough one where it actually had to go to extra time. And 2-2 was the score after 90 minutes. And then that man there who's got the ball now, Marko Juric, the 16-year-old, he was the one that scored in the 91st minute of extra time. And the Warriors then advanced through as Luka Jurkovic tries to control it. He flicks it. He still manages to get it, but ball goes a little too far, and it will be a throw-in to St Albans to be taken by Aaron Apidisano. He goes down the line, looking for Ivan Razumic. He's going to knock it back to Apidisano. Maybe not. He's going to try and go himself. Eventually, it ends up with Apidisano. Cholina now. And a great effort there. That's going to ricochet off Scooter, and it is a goal. And that was Troy Ruthven with an unbelievable grass cutter there that skidded and slid. And in the end, Seth Scooter could only fumble it, and it has ended up in the goals for an unlikely lead to the visitors after 14 minutes. So St Albans lead now. 1-0, courtesy of a Troy Ruthven goal in the 14th minute. And Seth Scooter must be feeling it at the moment. But there's plenty of time for the youngster to redeem himself. Not something to you want. It seemed like a straightforward save. He got down low, but the ball was skidding, and maybe may have taken a bump. And here comes another opportunity, and now Scooter gets down low, and he does well to parry that shot and then pounce on it. Well, that might get the confidence up for the youngster. Storšić goes to Juric down the line. He looks for Salvatore. Takes a little touch there. He's got Pitisano to beat. He's got two players there. Ibi Mohammed now is dispossessed. Pitisano clears it away from the oncoming Luka Jurkovic. Thomas to Timmins. Back to Thomas. Dinamo have possession of the ball deep inside their defensive half. The ball goes all the way back to the keeper, Matti. He's got a couple of options. He decides to go towards his left, where Nazari is there. Timmins now at the long ball. And I think that's George Ott that has been brought down. And it will be a free kick to St Albans, who currently lead 1-0 here at Alco Park. And it's one of those situations when things are just not going your way. Mistakes start to happen. Apart from this goal here, and we mentioned Melbourne Knights, there's another game in progress. South Springvale taking on Clifton Hill, and Clifton Hill are currently leading 1-0. So several early goals happening. And Nazari now, he goes towards the back post. George Ott now nips in, dabs at it, and his flick just goes to the left of Seth Scooter. It's going to be a goal kick now to the Warriors. As we said, they've made 6 changes to their starting lineup. A lot of young players starting as Salvatore goes up with the Pitisano. Pitisano clears it. Nikola Jurkovic heads it. Razumic managed to get it away. Barnabas now to Ibi Mohammed. Mohammed's got a little bit of space and he's going to knock it off Dib, but the referee says it came off Mohammed, so it's going to be a St Albans throw right in front of our commentary position here at Alco Park. Aaron Pitisano now rubs the ball. It's getting very wet, it's getting slippery, and he's looking for his options further afield. A little flick on there, but the ball's going to go out of play, and it is once again going to be judged to have come off a North Geelong player, and Pitisano now moves about 10 or so metres further down. A bit of flick to Ott now. Razumic now has a shot on the edge of the box, but he skies it, and he almost ends up in the Pony Club next door. Yes, that's right. There is a Pony Club right next door. You just can't see it because of the darkness at the moment. But we've gone 18 and a half minutes, so fast approaching the halfway mark of the opening stanza. And it's the visitors leading in the Croatian derby here at Alco Park. And currently 1-0. Salvatore tries to flick it on. And the ball's going to go... No, it's still in play. Zari now. Ruthven flicks it further afield to Razumic right down in the corner pocket. Back to Nazari. Cholina now on the edge of the box. Razumic. And it's beautifully intercepted there by Nikola Jurkovic to Luka. Back to Nikola. And now the ball comes flying forward in anticipation of Nelson Salvatore making a run down that left flank. But it's St Albans that end up with possession. Timmins. Lockie McGrath now has got 2 St Albans players to contend with. It's the players in teal that end up with the ball. And it's Matty now. Goes to Dib. Dib to Apidesana, who's been very active in the early stages of this game. Having to fight really hard to contain the speedster that is Nelson Salvatore. Dinamo knocking the ball around quite confidently. Ryan McGuffey knows a win here tonight will really increase the confidence of his Chargers ahead of the next few games in the NPL competition. St Albans have got a very big game at home on Saturday against Dandenong Thunder. And who can forget the game earlier in the season at George Andrews Reserve, probably one of the most exciting games of the NPL Victoria campaign so far this year. Goal after goal, and in the end, Dandenong Thunder won that game 4-3, but the Dinamo will be after some revenge on... And here comes a sterling effort there. That was a great effort there. We missed who it was in the end. It's a corner kick now to the home side. Salvatore standing over the ball. He goes towards the back post, and it was Jurkovic there with an attempt of a header. His brother there, Nikola, came in very hard, and Nikola, at the end of the day, is a former teammate of a lot of these players. Nikola, an ex-St Albans player, and he's saying, look, I didn't mean anything by it, wasn't intentional. Nonetheless, he's going to cop a yellow card for his troubles. So the first yellow card of the evening goes to Nikola Jurkovic against his former team. As we said, a good midweek crowd. Dare I say, there have been quite a few people that have made the trip up the highway. It's not too far to come from St Albans to Lara here. There's a little flick on by McGrath looking for Jurkovic. But it's Dinamo coming away with the ball. Ball down the right-hand side, looking for Razumic. Knocks it back, rather than now, Razumic to Cholina. He knocks it all the way back now. Thomas. He switches play now, looking for Sean Timmins on the far side. Jurkovic clears it. Intercepts it, clears it, knocks it out. It will be a throw into St Albans near the halfway line on the far side. We hope you're enjoying this live stream coverage of this Round 6 Australia Cup clash between North Geelong Warriors and St Albans Dinamo, wherever you may be. This game so far has had, well, one goal in the opening 24 minutes. A couple of chances from either side. And some good interplay between the respective teams as George Ellis now with the throw. Goes forward looking for Jurkovic Luka. Ellis now floats it in, but it goes straight to Gabriel Matty, who's having a pretty solid game in the St Albans goal. Dib now, the captain, standing captain for tonight. Ramage knocks it out, and it's a throw into St Albans to be taken by Aaron Apidesano right in front of us. Rather than now. Mohammed. It's gone through a sea of players there. And it ends up back with Matty where it all started just moments earlier. Nikola Jurkovic almost got the ball, but George Ott has it instead. Salvatore now is running all the way back to help his defence to Ellis. One Jurkovic, another Jurkovic, and this time another free kick awarded against Nikola Jurkovic. Both brothers can't believe that decision. Asking the referee, we're both going for the ball. Ref saw it differently, and he's awarded a free kick to the Saints. North Geelong are also in action this Saturday. They've got a tough game coming up against Port Melbourne at North Geelong, at Anderson Reserve rather, where they will be taking on Port Melbourne. Currently sit in 5th spot on the competition standings. Barnowitz tries to clear it, only as far as Cholina. Here's another opportunity as Cholina follows through, as the ball's going to be... It's come off a North Geelong player. Could have been Ramage on that occasion. It is a corner now to the visitors. St Albans have taken on Dandenong Thunder, who are 6th at the moment. There's a little bit of a fight for that 5th and 6th spot at the moment. Port Melbourne on 21 points, Dandenong Thunder on 19. Green Gully, who have had a wretched couple of weeks, they're at the moment in 7th spot on 18 points. But anyway, got back to the action. Barnowitz clears it. Rocker Ramage now further afield looking for Salvatore, who's pushed off the ball. Apidi Sano now goes back to where that ball was crossed. And it is, the offside flag has been lifted. And it will be a free kick to the Warriors. It's quickly taken by Alice to Barnowitz. Switches play immediately. Looks for Juric. Is able to control it well, the youngster. Flicks it back to Storšić. First touch, controls it. Second touch, he passes it to Salvatore, who's being held there by Apidi Sano, and will get that free kick. And it's Juric now. Juric has very strong family connections with St Albans Dynamo as well. Got a couple of uncles who have played for Dynamo in the past, the famous Morvric brothers. But his allegiances tonight definitely lie with North Geelong Warriors. Jurkovic back to Barnowitz. Intercepted there by Dynamo, but back to Barnowitz. So a lot of turnovers happening at the moment. He switches across to Juric. He's getting a lot of touches in the opening stages of this game. Little flick to another youngster, Rocker Ramage, who runs into the box, but Matty is quicker to get there. Anticipated that and ran off his line. And now Matty goes for the long ball to the far side. Looking for Zwed. And St Albans unable to control that ball, goes out of play. Throw into the North Geelong Warriors. George Ellis to take it about 5 metres inside his defensive half. Goes further afield looking for Jurkovic. Lockie McGrath was overlapping. Ball comes off Jurkovic possibly. And it will be a throw in to St Albans. We had another goal scored at the South Springvale and Clifton Hill game. But it's the away side, Clifton Hill, now leading 2-0 after 29 minutes. Also got another goal scored in the game between Brimbank Stallions, the State League 1 side, and Geelong, who are in NPL 3. That's at City Vista Reserve, home of Caroline Springs. George Cross, as we see Dynamo coming forward. Ball is out of play, and it is going to be a goal kick. I think that was Zwed. Is that Zwed or is that? Yes, it was. Took the ball and it went just a little bit too far and crossed the white line. But Geelong are currently leading that game at the City Vista Reserve 1-0. That's after 27 minutes. And certainly local fans will be eagerly anticipating possibly, maybe an all Geelong matchup in round 7 if Geelong and North Geelong were to get through. You could certainly expect a massive midweek crowd for that game. It'll be probably one of the biggest crowds in the Australia Cup Victorian phase if that was to eventuate. But before that happens, North Geelong will need to not only find an equaliser, but they will also need to find a second goal. We've got plenty of time for that to happen. We've only gone half an hour now, and there's at least 60 minutes left in this game. That is, if we don't go into extra time. But Peter Sana knocking the ball forward, looking for Cholina. Or was that Thomas? Zach Thomas, I think. No, it's George Ott. Pardon, my apologies. Storšić now clears it away. Mohammed flicks it onto McGrath. McGrath flicks it to Ramage. Ramage to Salvatore. Can he control it? He can control it, but he's got Zach Thomas there who knocks it back all the way to his keeper, Matty, who now clears it on the far side. McGrath getting it further afield. It's Timmins on that far side. Back to Matty. Jurkovic. McGrath now. The speedster. Knocks it inboard to Ramage. Salvatore on the edge of the box. Gets it back now to Jurkovic. Jurkovic is holding on to it a little bit, but he knows exactly what he's doing. Gives it to Storšić. To Mohammed. Inside to McGrath. McGrath's got an opportunity. Shoots with his left foot. And it goes well wide of the target. But I guess the important thing there for the home side is that they were able to manufacture a scoring shot out of that passage of play. And that would certainly give Tom Gavran a little bit of confidence as we start to approach the last 15 minutes of this opening half. On the bench, he's got another striker, Luke Živčić, Caleb Mikulic as well, Aidan Gardner, and Nick Kosdra, and as well as Mark Gudasic. So there is a little bit of attacking firepower. In fact, there's a lot of attacking firepower on the Warriors bench, should they be required later on in the second half. It's going to be a throw-in to the Warriors further up the field. George Ellis finds Jurkovic now. Luka. He loses the ball as Dinamo tries to skip away. And here comes Dinamo. It's Radvan. Goes out to Razumic on the right-hand side. He's got the ball in the centre of the field. He looks for Piti Sana, an overlapping of Piti Sana. This is dangerous play for North Geelong Warriors. He cuts it back in. Here's an opportunity for Cholina. And Scooter dives on the ball. He's a little bit wide, but in the meantime, we've had a little bit of a clash on the edge of the box. We've got one North Geelong Warriors player down. It looks like it could be Barnovats. It is Anthony Barnovats. He's rolling around and he's holding his head. Didn't get hurt in the head, but he's either winded or he's caught a hit on the on one of his legs. Looks like it could be his left leg. As the North Geelong Medico at the moment is administering some assistance there. The referee is standing over the top just to make sure everything's fine. The referee doesn't seem to be in too much hurry to get Barnovats moved off the pitch. And it looks like it could be either his ankle or his knee. He's being helped up at the moment. He looks like he's going to walk it off. And that's a good sign. He's thumbs up from the Medico, so that's all is good. Barnovats will probably come off for a little bit of treatment, but he seems to be fine there at the moment. He'll get a little bit of treatment, then no doubt he'll be back ready to go. But he's hobbling and he's broken into a little bit of a run, so he should be fine. He'll probably walk to the halfway line mark. But Scooter now brings it forward. Peter Sano heads it away. Razumic tries to keep it in play, but McGrath shepherds the ball and the ball goes out of play. North Geelong throw-in. Jurkovic tries to flick it over two or three players. Radvan knows what he wants to do. And now Luka tries to cross it in with his left foot. Storšić pushes Ott, but Ott manages to get that away. Nazari. Timmins now does a similarly types of flicks it. And he flicks the ball, very smart play there, right into Nelson Salvatore, who had no choice but to handle that. Jurkovic now in the thick of it. Salvatore again, Ramage. It's certainly no friends out there in the middle. Jurkovic gets it out there to the side. Was it Mohammed? Mohammed to Ellis, and Ellis tried a half-hearted attempt there, but it's with Matty now. Barnabas, who's back on the field. And there's a bit of head clash of heads there. It'll be a free kick. I think it was George Ott who will be awarded that. It was George Ott who went up for the ball with Barnabas. And the referee says it was a bit of a late tackle there. And a free kick for George Ott, or for St Albans rather. As the ball comes across the field to Peter Sano. Knocks it down to Ivan Razumic. Got Cholina behind him, but he decides to go in the middle looking for Troy Ruthven. Ruthven now scored that amazing goal, which separates both sides at the moment. It was a speculative effort, a grass cutter. I mean, he kicked it in the right direction, but it was Seth Scooter, the standing goalkeeper, who fumbled it, and that's the only goal of the first half. Can the Warriors get back in? We've gone 36 minutes, so there's still about another 10 minutes to go. The ball ricochets there. Judic tried to kick it away into the St Albans player, but all it did was come off his teammate, McGrath. Storšić now. No, it's Barnabas, in fact. And he was held by the shirt there, and he's received a free kick. Smart, intelligent play there by Barnabas. And Scooter moves over to take the free kick. Long ball now goes well over the halfway line. Jurkovic jumps, unable to control it. Otta now chips it for Cholina and cleared away by Barnabas, who's been quite reliable in this first half so far. Peter Sano with the ball. And Jurkovic now makes a run for it. And he's going to get a free kick there. Back to Storšić. He knocks it to the right where he finds Barnabas. To Judic. Back to Storšić. Alice back to Barnabas. The North defence are happy to knock it around and try and attract the St Albans players a little bit. Storšić now gives the ball away there. And it is going to be a free kick to St Albans. Razumic and Ibi Mohammed involved in that. Peter Sano quickly takes it to Cholina. Cholina evades two plays. Evades McGrath again. Back to Peter Sano. Goes in a backward direction to Ruthven. A little nice through ball there. Looking for Joseph Cholina, but it was a little bit too far for him and ball went out of play. Goal kick to the North Geelong Warriors. Zach Thomas there, tried to clear it but went off the side of his boot. Aaron Apidisana has it. It's Mohammed now, intercepts now. Goalkeeper's off his line, he hits the crossbar. North Geelong's best effort yet as Luka Jurkovic turns around. It was cheekily intercepted there by Ibi Mohammed, who's really been starting to get into the action in the last 10 or so minutes. Turned around, he saw the St Albans keeper, Gabriel Matty, was off his line. He equally cheekily chipped that, and the ball just didn't dip enough. But it did hit the crossbar, rebounded off there, and Jurkovic then, from a very acute angle, tried to follow it up. And in the end, it's a goal kick to the visitors, who currently lead 1-0 here at Alco Park, and we're into the 40th minute. Alice. High, hopeful ball. Jurkovic now. Salvatore. Ramage. Finds Luka Jurkovic on the far side. He pokes it through. Now looking for Ibi Mohammed. And once again, Mohammed is starting to become a little bit of a thorn in St Albans. In the St Albans defence. Yet another corner for the Warriors. Nelson Salvatore. Goes towards the front post. Flicked on by St Albans Dynamo defender. Ramage now. Poorly delivered ball there. Juric trying to fight for that ball. Here's an opportunity for Dynamo to come away with it if they can keep it in play, but Zachary is unable to... Zafi Nazari. Where did I get Zachary from? Nazari unable to control that. Jurkovic to Mohammed, to Juric, to Ramage now. Puts it up for Mohammed. And Ott now tries to get it, but beautifully taken there by Storšić. Good play by the full-back. Looks for Juric, who knocks the ball into Ivan Razumic. Ball goes out of play. And it is now going to be a throw-in for the Warriors. The agile youngster, that is Marko Juric, jumps the fence to retrieve the ball. He's looking for his options. Further afield, he sees Jurkovic. Goes inboard to Lockie McGrath. He's got a bit of space now. McGrath, the speedster. He gets it out to, or tries to get it out to Salvatore on the far side. Unable to do so. Swed now knocking it forward. Looking for Nazari, but the ball goes out of play. Jurkovic quickly takes it. And Jurkovic now is going to go back to Barnavac. He's got Juric on this left side, but he opts to go all the way down, looking for Salvatore, who tries to control it, or he tried to actually flick it back. And we now have Razumic with the ball on this side, in the middle of the park. He tries to push the ball through for Cholina, unable to do so, and it is quite end-to-end stuff here at the moment. End-to-end football, moving from one end to the other very, very quickly. Juric now knocks it into Ramage. 1-2 with Juric. Can Juric control it? He can. Goes forward looking for Jurkovic. He's got two players now to contend with. He flicks it on to Mohammed, who's got a bit of space. He's got Salvatore on his right. A great block there. I think that may well have been Timmins, if I'm not mistaken. Barnavac now clearing it at the other end. Ott now on his left foot. He tries it. Obviously not his favoured foot. And the ball goes out of play. Lots of fast-paced action here in round 6 of the Australia Cup. We've gone 43 minutes, so 2 minutes of regulation time and whatever time there has been for stoppages. There have been a few stoppages. We don't have a fourth official here tonight, so we're not sure how many minutes are to be added on. Oh, there is actually a fourth official. He's dressed like one of the North Geelong Warriors players, wearing the all black tonight. Dynamo now. Ruthven, this is a dangerous opportunity. Knocked away by Mohammed. And a shot there that just goes wide by Ivan Razumic, but it took a deflection, and it will be a corner to the St Albans Saints as we approach the 45th minute. So the last minute of regulation time, and all eyes will be on the fourth official to see how much time will be added on. We hope you're enjoying tonight's coverage of this Australia Cup Round 6 clash at home or wherever you may be in the world. If we are, as it's Nazari now, indicating he's going to go for a long one towards the back post, which is exactly where he goes, and it's headed over by Ott, and it is going to be a goal kick to the Warriors. Scooter quickly takes it to his left. He finds Storšić to Juric. He's got McGrath right in front of him. He flicks it on to Juric, who flicks it over to Jurkovic. Jurkovic now twists and turns, manages to get out of trouble. To McGrath, to Juric, back to McGrath. He'll go all the way back to Barnovac. His first touch almost bobbles away, but he manages to keep it under control. Storšić now down the flank, looking for Jurkovic, but the ball goes out of play. Juric to take it now. Goes into the older Jurkovic. Flicks it past George Ott to Barnovac. Barnovac now in the middle of the park. Goes out wide to Salvatore. A neat 1-2 with Rocker Ramage. Salvatore now gets around one. Can he get around two? Back to Ramage. There's a congestion of players there. And Ramage now goes for a cheeky little chip shot. But it's well taken there by Gabriel Matti. We're into extra time here in the first half. As Matti now goes for a long effort. Barnovac flies, unable to control it. Storšić to Alice. Ball is up in the air as Jurkovic tries to control it. Pushes it to Ramage, who handles it with his left hand, and it happened right in front of the referee, so the referee was able to see that quite clearly. And as a result, we see a free kick to St Albans Dynamo in the dying stages of this opening half. This could be a dangerous position for the home side. They're already down 1-0, and the last thing they'd want is to concede a goal just before the interval. Ball's floated towards the back post. Cleared away by Storšić. Imi Mohammed now tries to knock it forward. It's a game of aerial ping-pong at the moment. Barnovac knocks it up high. McGrath, one of the shortest players on the pitch, tries to jump up and control it. Fights for it. Jurkovic now has the ball. He gets through one, gets through two. And it's going to be a free kick there to St Albans. Jurkovic, the bulldozer, came rampaging through, and along the way he collected Ivan Razumic. Free kick to St Albans to be taken by the goal scorer, Troy Rutherford. Can't be too many minutes left before the referee blows his whistle, and lo and behold, there he is. He's just blown the whistle to signify halftime here at Alco Park. Well, we've got a very, very exciting, entertaining and enthralling 45 minutes to come as scores here at halftime reveal it's North Geelong Warriors 0, St Albans Saints 1. We will see you back here in 15 minutes at a very cold and dark Alco Park. Welcome back to Alco Park for the resumption of play in this Australia Cup Round 6 clash between North Geelong Warriors and St Albans Saints. The score at the moment is 1-0 in favour of the visitors, who are looking resplendent in their teal blue top, black shorts and black socks, while North Geelong Warriors in their traditional kit of red top, white shorts and blue socks. They'll be kicking to the right of your screen in this second half, while St Albans, they'll be kicking to the left, as all is in readiness here for the ensuing 45-minute period, which will either make or break someone's campaign in this year's Australia Cup clash. One thing's for certain, one of these two Croatian community-backed clubs will advance through to the 7th round, round 7 of the Victorian phase of the nationwide knockout competition. So we've had one change. Aidan Gardner comes on as the referee signals game is going on. Seth Scooter, the standing keeper, to Salvatore. Gets it to the new man Gardner, involved in it straight away. He looks for McGrath down the right-hand side, and immediately Thomas now. Zwed tries to control that. Does. But he does knock it outside of the field of play, and it is going to be a throw-in now to St Albans. Sean Timmins running across to get that ball. Cholina now looking to centre that ball. Luka Jurkovic has that ball, flicks it onto Gardner, knocks it to McGrath. Expect that combination to occur quite often tonight in the second half. Alice now knocking it high, wide and handsome, looking for Salvatore on the far side. It's the youngster Juric, gets the ball to Ramage, to Jurkovic. Looks like Ibi Muhammad is the player that has been replaced by Aidan Gardner. There's Barnavats, the captain, knocks it out to Storšić. Looking for options further afield. He decides to go back to Barnavats. He's got George Ellis to his right. Calmly knocks it back to his keeper, Scooter. Storšić now. Gardner signalling for it on the right-hand side, but Storšić opting to hug the left side. And the ball goes out of play now for a throw-in to North Geelong. Barnavats sprays it to his left where he finds Juric. He looks for Salvatore, intercepted now by Nasri. Ball goes out of play. And the referee initially was going to give it to St Albans, but he was overruled by his own official, and it was a throw into North Geelong. Storšić goes inboard looking for finding Barnavats. Ramage now. And here's an opportunity for the visitors. Zwed turned on his right boot and went for a throw-in. Ruthven now. As the ball floats, and it's going to be a throw in. As George Ellis now has the ball. It's a throw in to the Warriors. Goes further afield looking for Jurkovic. Got about 3 St Albans players there. And it's Zach Thomas. Penetrating run. But ends up with Jurkovic, who falls over the ball. He's going to get a free kick after being pushed there in the back by Zelfi Nazari. Storšić now. Out wide to Juric. Back to Storšić. Turn there. Could be a free kick, and it will be to St Albans. As George Ott that was upended on that occasion by Matthew Storšić. And then it's going to be a free kick to St Albans, about a metre inside their attacking half. Peter Sano now. Jurkovic clears it away. It's a high one, looking for Salvatore further upfield. Ramage manages to get his boot on it, but ball goes out of play, and it's a throw into St Albans. Peter Sano again, taking it very quickly. Salvatore looking for Luka Jurkovic further upfield. Trying to keep possession of it, unable to do so. And it is a turnover and a throw in to St Albans. Aaron Peter Sano to Ruthven. Scorer of the only goal so far in this game. Storšić now tries to control it. And it's ricocheted off a St Albans player. And there's Gardner now. Alice. Barnovats in the end. Jurkovic has the ball. He looks for options. Goes inboard to Barnovats. Ball goes out of play. Disputed by some of the North Geelong players. But it's a St Albans ball. Cholina. Peter Sano fighting for the ball along with Salvatore. McGrath manages to get it. Only as far as Zwed. Zwed's got Gardner now to try and beat. He beats him. Got a bit of space. Cuts it back in. But Ramage thwarts that. And a curling cross there by Timmins. It's back with Timmins now. Gardner now fighting for it. Along with Timmins. Knocks it into Ramage. Ramage flicks it for McGrath. McGrath's got 2 players to beat, so he goes back to Gardner. Finds Jurkovic in the middle of the park. Out to his left, he finds Storšić. And it's now the Warriors on a fast break. Juric to Salvatore. 1-2 there. Back to Jurkovic. Switches it to Gardner, who knocks it back to George Ellis. The Warriors are moving the ball around very quickly. McGrath to Jurkovic. Jurkovic has got Gardner on the right. He crosses it towards the back post, looking for Salvatore. Juric is on the far side. He'll cross it now. Once again, Gardner now almost having it on the edge of the box. He controls it. Taps it to Jurkovic. That's Nikola Jurkovic. And to Gardner now. Calls for a handball. Referee waves it away. George Ott now for St Albans. Ramage managed to slide in there and ended up hitting it with his hand. Free kick to St Albans. Got about 54 minutes, entering the 55th minute. So played 10 minutes of this second half. And it's the St Albans keeper, Matty, goes for a long ball. Jurkovic gets his head to it. A push there. It looks like it's going to be a free kick to St Albans. It is a very dangerous situation and a very dangerous position for the home side. Standing over the ball, Nazari and Ruthven. And some of the players are wearing gloves, as you can see by number 6, Troy Ruthven. And it's an indication that it's quite cold out there. Luckily, though, there is not much wind. And here comes Ruthven with a shot that's going to go way over and hit the wire netting immediately behind. Goal kick to North Geelong Warriors. Seth Scooter wants to quickly take it. Finds Storšić. Goes down to Juric. Has had a solid game, the youngster. Only 16 years of age and already playing senior football here at the North Geelong Warriors. Raka Ramage, another teenager, getting in on the action there. Jurkovic, Salvatore, been working hard all night tonight. He's got 2 players to try and beat there. Storšić now fighting with Ott. It's going to be a free kick to Nazari, who was upended right in front of the referee on that occasion. Long searching ball looking for Zwed. Headed away by George Ellis. But Zwed now, he's got a bit of space. Thunderbolt at Scooter, straight at him. You can hear that bounce off his chest. And the young keeper did very, very well on that occasion. St Albans once again going to attack, but it's Barnabas, cool, calm and collected. Knocks it back to Ellis. He splits it down the middle and finds Gardner, who goes to his left. He finds Nikola Jurkovic, who's got plenty of space and plenty of time. He goes back in board to Salvatore, who can't control it properly, but it ends up with Storšić on the halfway line. Dangerous situation for North, but they get out of it. Scooter to his right, he finds Barnavats. Barnavats has got a bit of space. He's got time to weigh up his options. He goes to his left where he finds Gardner, and he in turn goes to his left where Storšić. Storšić goes for a long ball down the flank looking for Juric. Youngster. Put the burners on. He was tried to get there, but St Albans keeper Gabriel Matty was equal to the task. As Luka Jurkovic now has it on the right-hand side, and it's chested away by Peter Sano, and it is going to be a corner for the North Geelong Warriors. It's Aidan Gardner who's going to take the corner. And in swinging one with his right foot, no doubt. It's the question, is it the front post or the back post? It goes to the front post. George Ellis flies. He gets his head to it, but not in the direction he intended. And it will be a goal kick to St Albans. Progress score from Club Italia, from City Vista, where Brimbank Stallions are taking on Geelong Soccer Club. Geelong Soccer Club have doubled their lead to 2-0, and also Brimbank Stallions have suffered a red card as well. So they're down to 10 men, and Geelong currently leading 2-0. Big, long clearing kick from the St Albans keeper. Jurkovic now trying to control it. Storšić knocks it back to Barnavats, who goes forward looking for Salvatore. Over his head. Can Salvatore control it? Peter Sano knocks it away. Then it will be a throw into the Warriors as they look to go into attack. Melbourne Knights also leading Bentley Greens 2-0. Clifton Hill 3-0 currently leading South Springvale. We've got the Oakley Cannons 1-0 over Dandenong City. We've gone just on 60 minutes in that game there. Scooter to Jurkovic, who's fouled off the ball. And in the end, it's going to be a free kick to North Geelong, quickly taken. Barnavats now has the ball. Goes to Jurkovic in the centre circle. He's fouled once again, and he's going to get a free kick again. All these free kicks are happening right in front of the referee, so he's got the perfect vantage point. Jurkovic to Salvatore. He goes to his left where there's Gardner. Storšić now has the ball. Going to go for a long ball down the side looking for Juric, unable to get there. Gardner has it. No, it's Storšić, but now Gardner does have it. He's going to go for another long ball, looking for Lockie McGrath on his right. He's going to find him. McGrath now goes past one, goes past two. He had Rocker Ramage to his right. He couldn't get there. Now McGrath overruns the ball. He pokes it out to Alice. Alice goes towards the back post. But it's well taken, well read and well taken by Gabriel Matti in the end. Storšić now and Ott in the run for the ball. Storšić gets there first. Knocks it to Scooter, who rebounds it further afield. Juric poking it away, looking for Jurkovic. Jurkovic able to control it. Beautifully done there. Just his distribution let him down. Looking for Nelson Salvatore to his left. Gardner now. Goes all the way back looking for Anthony Barnavats. He's had a solid game at the back there for North Geelong today. McGrath turns, pokes it away, looking for Ramage and finding him. Back to Alice. A little 1-2 happening there as Ramage tries to control it. The ball goes out and it's a throw-in to Dinamo. Timmins now. He's got McGrath to contend with. Zwed can't get away. Barnavats now chips in. Neat 1-2 with Jurkovic. And there's a little bit of shirt pulling and short pulling. And in the end, Ramage was adjudged to have committed a foul on Troy Ruthven. Peter Sano now on the far side. It's a very fast-moving game. Whether the cold conditions are helping that, or whether they're just the fact that both these teams who are struggling in the NPL Victoria competition are desperate to somehow rescue their season and progress at least to the next round of the Australia Cup competition. Either way, it's making for an enthralling contest here at Alco Park. I've only seen one goal so far tonight, but it's always on the cards that it was going to be a tight affair. And we may well see this game go into extra time if the home side are able to find that all-important equaliser as the ball's pushed all the way back to Matty, the St Albans custodian. He signals he's going to go for a long ball, and he does so on the far side. As the ball is intercepted by Juric. Jurkovic now looking for Salvatore further afield. It comes off Salvatore. Peter Sano managed to knock the ball into the path of Salvatore, and the ball went out of play, and it will be a throw-in to St Albans. And that man, Aaron Peter Sano, takes the ball and he goes further afield, looking for Ott. Gardner goes all the way back to Barnavats. He'll probably go all the way back to Scooter. He does. Scooter signaling for his players to go out wide. Barnavats to Ellis. A little flick to McGrath. McGrath's running backwards and he passes it backwards to Storšić. Out to his left, he finds Juric. He's got a bit of space to run into the youngster. Gardner knocks it back to Storšić, who in turn goes to his right and finds Barnavats. Gap starting to appear. Can the Warriors exploit this? McGrath. Back to Barnavats. Nice little flick there. But here comes Zwed. Zwed cuts it into Cholina. He's on his right foot. He's got a bit of space there. Razumic now. And evokes a diving save from Seth Scooter. The ball goes out of play and it will be a corner. Oakley Cannons have taken a 2-goal lead against Dandenong City. So another goal has been scored there at Jack Edwards Reserve. So goals are plenty in the latest round of Australia Cup matches happening around Melbourne and Geelong tonight. Corner kick for St Albans Dynamo. The referee's going to give a yellow card. Be for time wasting or I'm not too sure what, but the ball's headed in by Barnavats and cleared away there. And that was a yellow card to Zelfi Nazari. The first one of the evening for the visitors. It's been a pretty tame game in that respect. And here comes an opportunity, but there was an offside ruled. Might have been against George Ott. Got into that offside position where he received the ball and then cut it back in. And found Mo Zwed, but it wasn't to be. As we're going to see now a substitution. Looks like Caleb Mikulic will be coming on. Luke Živčić will be coming on. And Caleb Mikulic. Coming off is Luka Jurkovic. And it's Lockie McGrath as well coming off. So 2 strikers coming on. Mikulic, who was last year's leading goal scorer, in fact the Golden Boot of the NPL2 competition. He has scored in the Australia Cup, but he's yet to score in the actual league. Here's an opportunity for him to get his confidence as Luke Živčić, the youngster. So it'll be interesting to see how this newfound attacking formation works for the Warriors as Barnavats shepherds the ball over the line, and it is a throw-in to the Warriors. Sense of urgency starting to creep in there. We've gone 67 minutes. And, well, there's not much more time left in this game. They certainly need in this next 10 minutes to find that equaliser. It's Mikulic and Živčić now pushing hard to apply the pressure on St Albans. As Zwed now goes inboard, turns around, looks for George Ott. Zwed now has got the ball. He passes it out to the far side where Razumic is there. But he's unable to steady himself and cross that ball in the way he wanted to. And the ball goes out of play. Goal kick to North Geelong Warriors. Free kick to North Geelong Warriors near the halfway line. Against for Nelson Salvatore earned that. He quickly runs back, takes it, passes it to Storšić. Storšić looking for options. Hasn't really got any, so he goes back to Barnavats. And this could prove costly. Barnavats has just given it away as George Ott now comes in. And here comes Razumic, a diving save by Scooter. Desperate save. As Mikulic now has the ball. Flicks it over his head looking for Živčić. Cleared away by Thomas. Salvatore can't control it there. Ball goes out of play. And that was a wonderful opportunity for St Albans through Ivan Razumic. But a wonderful diving save by Seth Scooter. So the ball goes out of play after having last touched a St Albans player. So it's a North Geelong throw. And we're into the 70th minute now. So just over 20 minutes to play. 20 minutes of regulation time plus whatever time is added on by the referee. As it's Gardner now, intercepts the ball. He's got Luke Živčić on his right. Luke Živčić cuts in. He gives it to Mikulic. Mikulic flicks it to Gardner. Can't control it. He's inside the edge of the box. Flicks it now looking for Ramage on the edge. Mikulic can't control it. It's cleared away by St Albans. Only as far as Barnovac in the middle. Jurkovic to Storšić. Back to Barnovac. One suspects that was a very good opportunity for the Warriors, and they needed to take that opportunity. They may only get half chances from here on in, but Gardner's got the ball now. He knocks it back to Barnovac. Get the feeling we're in for a grandstand finish here at Alco Park. Barnovac knocks it back to Scooter. Seems to be growing in confidence, the young goalkeeper. Salvatore now has it on the far side. He stumbles over it, but it's poked away by a St Albans player. Throw into the home side. Nikola Jurkovic knocks it all the way back to Barnovac. Goes to Gardner. Gardner's looking forward, and he's going to go forward. Long ball to Luke Živčić, who tries to control it. It bounces away from him. Zwed now goes for a 1-2 with Joseph Cholina. Gardner has the ball to Salvatore. He can't control it. Petersano bears down on him. Razumic on that far side. Juric now overlapping on that left-hand side. He's got two St Albans players to contend with. One of those is Razumic, who knocks it to Salvatore. Warriors in possession of the ball going forward. Jurkovic to his right. He finds Alice. Can Alice get around Zwed? He does. To Živčić. Živčić gets dispossessed. Timmins running towards the ball. Cholina is as well. Nice little deft touch there by Cholina. He comes streaming forward. He's got Nazari to his right. Nazari looking for Razumic. Wasn't the ideal weighted pass. And it went too far, and in the end it's a goal kick now for the North Geelong Warriors. Time's running out for the home side. But having said that, we've still got about just under 20 minutes. And all they need is one more goal for the momentum to shift and either thrust this into extra time or find that second goal in quick succession. So certainly the game is definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination. Cholina fighting with Alice. Nazari now. He's got a bit of space on the edge of the box. Gardner. Zwed now. Knocks it inboard. And here's a skied effort there. I think it was Joseph Cholina. May well have been. And the ball went well over the target. It's a goal kick to... Was Cholina. Goal kick to North Geelong Warriors. Mikulic flying high, looking to flick it on towards Živčić. Ball goes out of play. Throw into the Warriors right in front of our commentary position here. Barnovac. Barnovac goes past one, past two. Tries to knock it in and the ball goes out of play. And it is going to come off a St Albans player. And it is going to be a throw into the Warriors. Barnovac has come off. He's come back on. He was holding his hip there. Živčić now on the edge of the box. 1-2 there with Alice. Pokes it through a sea of St Albans players. Storšić now has the ball. He's got Juric on the far side. Juric now to the back post looking for Alice. Mikulic is there. He's got plenty of space to look up. He turns around. He's still got it. Ott now for St Albans. This is an opportunity for St Albans to go fast into attack. Gardner spins around, has the ball, flicks it to Mikulic further afield. Mikulic now looking for his options. He goes all the way back to Barnovac. Made a quick recovery from that knock on the hips. To Storšić now. Long ball further afield, trying to split the defence, looking for Živčić. Wasn't able to do so. Cleared away by the St Albans defence. Nelson Salvatore back to Storšić. Warriors looking for any opportunity to split the St Albans defence, and they're not finding any avenue to do so. Juric on the far side. Storšić goes back to Barnovac. Gardner now. Gardner's got the ball lifted off him, and this is an opportunity. It was a wonderful opportunity there for Zwed. Luckily for Gardner, luckily for North Geelong, Scooter was on par with that. Apart from that first half fumble, he's done very, very well, Seth Scooter. And he's certainly done a couple of, well, match-winning saves should the Warriors be able to find a goal before full time. But there is a St Albans player down, and the referee has stopped proceedings. And he's telling Zwed, I think it is, to stand up, and he's saying, I can't. He's either saying he's suffering from cramp, or he needs something you don't see often. The referee helping the player up. It's back here in front of our commentary position where George Ellis has the throw. Finds Gardner. Gardner goes all ball. Storšić now to Barnovac. It's a wasted ball that goes to no one in particular. The ball goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in to St Albans. In the meantime, we've got a substitution coming off for St Albans is number 7, Mo Zwed. Coming on will be number 23, Daniel Latomansky. Here's an opportunity for Latomansky to make an impact in the last 12 or 13 minutes. Immediately, Pitisana now goes to cross the ball in. It's cleared away. Here's an opportunity for North Geelong, but there's no one back. Timmins gets there to the new substitute, Latomansky. Back to Timmins. Luke Živčić is there. Pressure being applied by Caleb Mikulic as the ball's knocked back. Throw into the Warriors as we enter now the 81st minute of play. Entering the last 10 minutes of play here at Alco Park. Have North Geelong Warriors got it in them to find the equaliser and potentially push this game into extra time? Or can St Albans hold on? We'll find out over the next 10 or so minutes. Geelong Soccer Club have scored a third goal in their game against Brimbank Stallions. So it certainly looks like one of the Geelong sides will definitely be moving to the next round, next phase of the Australia Cup. And there may well be a second one, depending on what happens here at Alco Park over the next 10 minutes. George Ellis with the throw. Ball goes out of play again. Nick Kosdra has come on, and he immediately gets involved in the action. He replaces Rocco Ramage. Živčić clears it. Ball goes away now. Throw into North Geelong to be taken by Barnovac. So the fresh legs of Nick Kosdra, who's replaced Rocco Ramage. Ellis to Kosdra. He goes for a flick on. Ott to Timmins. Turn around to Cholina. Pokes it through now. Looking for Nasri. Latomansky running into the park, into the middle of the field, but beautifully cleared away by Ellis. Živčić now has the ball. He looks on for Mikulic. Can't deliver it the way he'd like it to. And it will be a free kick this time to Joseph Cholina, right in front of our commentary position. It's going to be a very, very tense climax to this Australia Cup Round 6 clash here at Alco Park. It's only one goal at the moment that separates the two teams, and it's the visitors at the moment leading. As Zach Thomas now has an opportunity to float this ball towards the back post. He does so. And it's come off Ott, or has it come off Storšić? The referee has judged that it has come off the North Geelong defender. And it will be a corner kick to St Albans. Joseph Cholina, no real rush to get over there. He's going to be the one that's going to take the corner kick. It's a tense period now for the respective coaches. Ryan McGuffey from St Albans and Tommy Gavran from the North Geelong Warriors. Ball's cleared away by the Warriors defence, and it's a throw in about 20 metres further north towards the centre circle. And Aaron Apidesano now walks over to take the throw in. And just like Cholina moments earlier, he's in no rush to take this ball. The long ball goes now looking for a St Albans player further afield, but it's a crowd goal. Otherwise goes into the side netting, and that was George Ott there on that occasion. Of course, it's not going to count. And evades both Apidesano and Razumic, allowing Salvatore to nip in. He gets past one, tries to get past Apidesano, unable to do so. He knocks it back to Dib. Looks for Ott now. Kosdra, the substitute. He goes inboard, finds Jurkovic. Ellis. He goes now to his left, where Salvatore is pushed off the ball by Apidesano, but he manages to somehow control it. And an overlapping ball by Juric. Ellis now. His first touch is dreadful, and the ball goes out of play for a throw in to the St Albans Saints deep inside their defensive half. Ellis pushing it forward. Gardner's an opportunity. Salvatore now's got it. He finds Mikulic. Mikulic's shot just goes inches over the crossbar. He was on his left foot there, had a bit of space. And with a bit of luck, could have found the equaliser, but it wasn't to be, and the ball's flown well, just over the crossbar. Not well over the crossbar, but just over the crossbar. Goal kick now to St Albans. We're into the last 5 minutes. Regulation time. Time is running out for the Warriors. It's half chances like that they need to capitalise. They need to really take. Jurkovic has been bundled off the ball. He's been pushed there, and he's going to get a free kick. It's Ott who was involved in that challenge. And he's got up worse for wear. May have rolled his ankle. He's limping off and looks like he's done something to his ankle. I'm not too sure if that will require a substitution. Alice now. Khosra to Alice. And it's going to be a throw-in. Linesman says it's thrown to Dinamo. Timmins now. Živčić trying to fight for it. Ball goes all the way back to Dib. Long ball now. Searching ball. Storšić is going to get there first. Or is he? Razumic fighting for the ball. And Razumic applies the pressure. Storšić knocks the ball out. It is a throw-in to St Albans Dinamo. The closing stages of this game. Storšić looking for Mikulic further upfield. But it's a Peter Sano now. Razumic has got the ball right in the corner. He's got Juric. He's got Jurkovic. It's bundled over there. It's going to be a goal kick. The Warriors are desperate to move this ball forward as quickly as possible. They know that time is running out. We're almost into the 89th minute. Barnovac looking to fall over the ball. There's going to be a substitution now. Looks like George Ott has come off. And he's been replaced by number 14. As Latamanski now has the ball. He's got plenty of space on the left-hand side. Being chased by Gardner, being chased by Barnovac. Ball goes out of play and it is going to be a throw-in now to the Warriors. Storšić now. Number 14 is on. We're not too sure if that is Anton Bilic. It's not in our team sheet. Khosra now. He's got about 3 or 4 players there. Ruthven. Khosra now. Tackle from behind. He may well get a yellow card here. And he is going to get a yellow card for that reckless challenge on Ruthven. So a yellow card to Nick Khosra. And as well to Troy Ruthven as well. So 2 yellow cards. The goal scorer has received a yellow card, and also Nick Khosra, who came on in the second half. Well, regulation time is almost up. We're now into the 91st minute, so we are playing extra time here at Alco Park, and unless something dramatic happens here against the run of play, more than likely we'll be seeing St Albans moving through to the next round of the Australia Cup competition. The closing stages of what has been a very hard-fought and tight contest here. It's not over yet. Živčić now has the ball. Finds Mikulic. Mikulic. And on this occasion, it's Timmins pushing forward. Goes forward looking for Joseph Chorlino. As the ball's knocked away by Storšić. A throw into St Albans deep inside their attacking half. And they'll be in absolutely no rush to return this ball back into play. Sean Timmins to Chorlino. Chorlino goes out to Latamanski. His ball goes out of play. Throw in now to North Geelong Warriors. George Ellis to take it. Could this be the last opportunity for the Reds. To Gardner. Unable to control it. The ball goes flying over our heads. And it's a throw into St Albans. Sean Timmins has got the ball. And all eyes now on the referee. There may be about 3 to 4 minutes, I'd say, of time to be added on. Dib. Knocks it back to Matty. And it's just a case of aerial ping pong at the moment as the ball goes out of play for a goal kick to North Geelong Warriors. Seth Scooter has this ball. We've almost gone 92 minutes. Goes to Ellis. Ellis knocks it a little bit too hard. And Timmins now has the ball. Throws it towards Latomansky. Ellis manages to intercept. He kicks the ball out of play. Another throw-in further up the field for the Saints. Looking for options. Sean Timmins doesn't have too many. Goes inboard. Dib now in his defensive half. Goes for a long ball. Juric manages to get it as Ruthven now has it for St Albans. He stops, he props. Kosdra clears it there. Ball down the side flank looking for Salvatore. Salvatore, but it's Apidasana getting it back to his keeper. It's cleared away and it's going to be a throw in to North Geelong. They're desperate to get this forward, but they knock it all the way back to Storšić. He's going to go for a long ball. Looking for anyone, but it's Dib. Jurkovic. He goes out to Gardner. He's inside the penalty box. This could be the last opportunity for the Warriors. And it's Barnavats with the header. And he misses it from point-blank range. And that is probably going to be the ball game. What a gilt-edged opportunity it was for the Warriors to pull one back and send this game into overtime. Extra time. But it wasn't to be, and Barnavats' header went high, wide, and certainly not handsome. And in the end, St Albans can count themselves very, very lucky that we're not going into extra time. Kosdra now knocks it forward. Gardner now, can he keep it in play? He does. Ball goes high. It's Timmins, heads it now. Storšić now. Back to Scooter. It's a high ball. Looking for Živčić in the middle of the park. Latomansky now. George Ellis pushes hard for it. Ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw in to the Warriors. Looks like Ellis has hurt himself in the process. He's down, holding his arm. Hopefully it's not that arm that he injured earlier in the season. Looks like a substitution might be made. A late substitution. It looks like Mark Gudasic might be coming on to make a late cameo, I guess. As it's not good news for North Geelong. George Ellis is clutching his arm, and he did do damage to his shoulder in round 3 of this NPL Victoria. And he's holding his shoulder. It's not a good sign at all. Scooter now. Long ball looking for Jurkovic in the middle. He flicks it on to Živčić. Živčić passes it on forward. Gudasic coming in. Tries hard to push the ball. Storšić now has it. Razumic shielding the ball. Looking for Latamanski. Won't be able to hold it, and the ball goes out of play. Juric has it. Knocks it back to Barnova. It's a long ball now down the side. Looking for Živčić. It's cleared away. Latamanski now heads it away. Gudasic. Throwing to Živčić. Živčić flicks it on. Looking for Kozra. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw into St Albans, and that could well be the end of the contest here at Alco Park. The referee checks his watch. Sean Timmins now has the ball. Looking for Latamanski. And there it is, folks. The end of the game. The end of the contest. And there can only be one winner. And St Albans Dynamo advances through to the next round of the Australia Cup competition here, following a narrow but valuable 1-0 win over North Geelong Warriors here at Alco Park. Only goal of the game coming in the 14th minute from Troy Ruthven, a grass cutter that saw Seth Scooter fumble, and the ball went into the net, which is unfortunate because Scooter had a very, very good game thereafter. But end of the day, the result here at Alco Park is North Geelong Warriors 0, St Albans Saints 1. And it's the Saints that progress through to round 7 of the Australia Cup. Thank you for being a part of tonight's coverage. It was an absolute pleasure calling it here from Alco Park. My name is Tonchi Prusak, and good night to you all. Thank you.